Greetings everyone, Libra, this is your July reading. Hey, thank you for joining me. It's time for you to sit back and relax and see the messages that are coming your way. I'm uploading this in mid-June, just before the second eclipse, which is on the 21st, the solstice day. So it's a mighty powerful eclipse that is coming our way. We are in eclipse season at the moment. There's also a lot of retrograde planets and activity happening. A lot of astrologers have predicted, well, the whole year 2020 to be quite active and murky, I guess you could say, but in particular June and even to the end of this year is really full on again, in a different way perhaps than the first half of the year. I feel it's almost as if we've been cut in half with the year. There's been something that's happened in the first half and then we're almost now hopping into something else in a different direction for the second half. So you might be listening to this in July or even, who knows, later. It doesn't really matter in as much that there's no set timeline when you can uplift these messages. It's whenever you're ready to hear them. But if you're listening after the eclipses, the eclipse energies are active for a very long time, and this one is very powerful and potent. So I think collectively it will be affecting us all through some events that take place collectively that alter our dynamic in life, and I guess we will see what they are as they unfold. They have already started, I guess, with the very sad passing of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement, but I don't think that's the end of where we're headed, to be honest. So let's see what's in store for you guys, Libra, for July. And the first card out, this card has come out a lot this month as well. This is the Empress. This is actually nice, fertile card of activity, creativity, you know, harvest of things in life, as if we're coming into a cycle of understanding or finalizing the things that we had put into place earlier and they're now being activated. This one here, the Princess of Autumn. This one, two here, the Nine of Autumn, and the Seven of Winter. So this is your energy. These are swords cards here. These are pentacles, and that's a major arcana. This is a Doreen Virtue tarot deck. It's the Fairy Tarot. What else is in store here for Libra for July? What else would you like them to focus on, understand, meditate with? The Lovers. So two major arcanas, the Empress and the Lovers, and they've kind of come out at each end of the different cards that have turned up. So I think what we'll do is start with the way they arrived with the Empress. So I've briefly talked about it. The words at the bottom say time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. She is a really voluptuous energy, the Empress. She's very fertile, she's very gracious, she's in harmony with the energies of Earth and Gaia and life itself. So this could be available to you in this time period, or perhaps even through these ecliptical energies that are coming. Creativity is a power, and this may be surging for some of you, and especially if you're in the fields of artistic creativity, whether it's writing, production, dance, music, any type of flow, or even engineering something into production. There's also, this card represents the joy of harvest, and the harvest comes after the hard work and also a time period. So this may have something to do with a time frame that you might have been putting effort or work into something that is slowly showing the fruits or the harvest. The Empress can also indicate fertility, so a pregnancy. It can also represent an attraction, so like new love, new romance. Now, interestingly, you have the Lovers card as well. So both of your major arcanas are indicating love at the core of things. She has a love of life and she's glowing with this, euphoric kind of satisfaction and peacefulness and calm. These two have a deep love, like a soul love, that seems to be connected from an ethereal realm. So love in the background might be something that reverberates for you guys at one level or another. I'll put the lovers down for now because I'll come back to that later. But this card can represent, as I say, the core value of love and all that love brings, which is light and happiness and joy and success and creativity. So you may find these energies really flowing over for you as you move through this ecliptical period in time. I also do think that this is like a woman's ovum or an egg here. So there could be a pregnancy announcement. There might be someone you know who is announces a pregnancy or gives birth. But for some of you, this might have something to do with fertility cycles or issues with the ovum that might be looked into. Now, if you've had problems in the past in this type of area to do with women's fertility cycles or menstruation, this might be being freed up for you at this point. So you might be finding something that helps solve it, resolve it, or free it up one way or another. This here is like the Page of Pentacles, and the words on here are studious, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. Happy news about your career, promotions or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. This may be a person in your life who you are looking after, or it could be a sibling or a child or a grandchild. And it's usually an earth sign person. So this person may be on your mind or coming in somehow to play a role. Now it could be that this person is associated with the harvest or the joy or the happiness that is embodied through here. It could be that you're reunited or this person comes into your life. You may be finding it's like a blended family that comes together and there's a happiness or a completeness. It could be that you have had a child or a sibling or a friend, a younger person that you were concerned about, and that they are in a mode of being enabled, or the journey that they were wanting, which might be around studying or career options, is being activated and opened at this time as well. If it's not a person in particular, it could well be something to do with your finances, how you spend them, or how you have been investing them, or bills that you have wanted to be paid, or a business you might have been looking into. These could well be taking a turn for the more positive at this point in time. These are the beginning phases of such energy though, so they can still be forming and coming into the physical world. They are also very slow moving, so this can be a long duration event that may be taking place. For some of you, this is the opportunity of a new job offer or a pay increment or a success in something you have been studying. So again, really nice card. Most of all of these Pentacle cards are quite positive in many ways, and this one in particular is positive too. She's the Nine of Pentacles. It says, reward yourself for all your hard work, being happily and successfully self-employed and cherishing your time alone. Now, interestingly enough, in the traditional tarot, these two often look alike. They seem to really embellish the energy of harvest and earth and being at one with earth's energy and finding harmony, peace, satisfaction, happiness, love. It's also quite often when she's around, when the Nine of Autumn is around, that events can be on. You might be hosting an event or attending one or a function. And she also has an ability to be able to gift, not necessarily gift money, but she's quite voluptuous with her finances as well. So sometimes it can mean she is spending money on upgrading something or purchasing something or enjoying doing something up like a house or purchasing a new car or making herself more healthy or pretty or youthful or something along those lines. And both of them have this feeling as well, as if we're not necessarily reversing the aging process, but as if we're diligently looking after our physical body or our physical finances or our physical home or something along those lines. So all this lovely bountiful energy over here, is really positive. And so is the Lovers. We'll get to this one here, the Seven of Swords. This is your type of energy. This is the air sign card. The words at the bottom say there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly and running away from the truth. And I think that's a very positive analogy for this card. In the traditional tarot, it's a card that I don't like. I often find when this card is out that there can be deceptive people around you and that they can be creating negative force fields. So sometimes they are literally thieves, and they can be after things like your credit cards or your passport or personal online information or bank accounts, or maybe even your car gets broken into or something is stolen. So be careful in these months ahead, June and July. Watch your personal belongings. Lock your house up when you leave. Take care of where you park your car, things like that. If people approach you to join new financial funds or bonus stocks or investments, be very careful, because when this one's around, it's not likely to go that well. The other dynamics of this can be that you are fooling yourself and that there is something you are not facing or looking into clearly. And the first one there, when it says there is a better choice, that can be very important to listen to. Again, this is a card of giving you advance warning of something that could go wrong. So it might be a choice you are about to make or something you are about to do. Often it means a bit of cheating going on, so diversive stuff. This can even indicate things like affairs in the background. Just be careful of what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and the reasons why in particular. But let's come to the last card that arrived out of this lot, which is the Lovers. True love is long-lasting, choices made from the heart, and a return to good health. So lovely meanings that she pulls into the card here as well. This is a beautiful one, and most people love to see it. It can represent new romance, new love, soulmates. It can even represent the energy of the twin flame awakening. Now, the twin flame is a really deep spiritual synergy that can occur in this human life, and it usually is about a spiritual journey, but it's extremely powerful and magnetic and enlightening, and it's like a euphoric bliss that consumes you almost in a really positive, powerful way for the most part. The Lovers can also be about making choices, and this can turn up in relationships. So having to make a choice of who you're with or who you want to be with or why you're with someone. Can also represent the choice of the fact that you may meet someone who's already partnered up with someone else, and there's kind of like an affair that could be going on in the background. It might be you who meets someone else who gets involved, and you've already got a partner, or you might have a partner who begins to become involved, and this is the third party scenario. But if this is the case for you and you're thinking of doing it, clearly this is a warning card and it's suggesting don't. But if you're the person who ends up being the third party out of not your own choice, then it's not likely to go that well either. Now, the Lovers can also represent choice at the emotional level of your own being and the choices you make in life, and doing those choices or undertaking those choices in the realm of love and prosperity and light. It can also represent potential business partnerships forming. So this is another really powerful message of the card. So wow, Libra, what a busy pleasant time of positive possibilities coming your way through these cards that have arrived through this June-July period. So let's see from this deck what is here for Libra. This is for Libra for June and July. Okay, this half of them are upside down. It doesn't matter when it's an oracle deck. Happy family. I talked a little bit at the very beginning about maybe feeling as though you might come through a blended family or merge with a family. Finding a new home was a possibility as well. When we saw the Empress and the Nine of Autumn, we talked about homes, maybe doing a home up or finding a new home or replenishing it, or all of those type of energies match with this happy family as well. There seems to be some sort of resolve, or I think coming back together, or feeling as though there is support from a family that you are bound with or bound to. It could even mean for some of you through this Lovers card that you find your soul family or a soul tribe energy that enters into the picture as well. And this might be new soul mates that come in that are this type of support system, or you feel the love and you feel the nurture and you feel the strength and harmony of relationships like that. And then from that you find this cornucopia. Now cornucopia in many ways is our wonderful, where is she? Empress. This is the harvest and feeling at one with nature. And they both exude this golden glowing energy of light and harmony and luxury and opulence and happiness. Just a beautiful feeling of peace and calm radiating through these cards. And this is the energy of cornucopia, feeling sated, or as if there's something in the background, like an energy or a love or a support system or something that is there for you. It's as if you know it somewhere in your heart that something is supporting you at your physical level on this planet, supporting you at your spiritual level as well. So if you're not feeling these things, then this is something that you might want to look into, how to activate this, or how to reach this point, or how to find or feel these feelings, because at this time in June and July they are there for you. But I do admit you almost have this juxtaposition or this duplicity going on with this potentiality of something else as well in the background. So there feels to be a double thread happening, and it's almost like one could evolve or the other could evolve. And some of this may be up to the way you act or choose, or doors that you open or close. And you see the last card out was this financial constraints, which again, as I'm saying, is a complete juxtaposition to these ones, which were much more positive omens around potential gratitude and success or balance with money. And then you've got this. So I'm feeling as if there's almost like there's something about there's two doors, or there's two ways, or there's two event timelines that could take place. I really hope for you guys you're able to get into the timeline or the event situation that all of this manifests, all of this positivity that's here. And more of it, if you look, more of it is all this feeling of positivity and opulence and availability and creativity. Then these were the only two that sort of came up that put a little bit of a blur across the sight or the vision of these other ones. So interesting concept that I feel there is definitely like a complete split. You can go one way or another. And I think you might have to either really open up this doorway here and open up to these expressions and open up to these opportunities, and try and not open up to these ones, because these are available. They are there as well. And that's the difference. What do you choose? What do you choose? So with that, we'll finish the reading there for those ones, and we'll do the final card, which is an animal oracle card. And they didn't take long to come out, and normally they do. And there's Mouse Spirit, which is the first one out. And I won't read them all, but since they popped out so quickly, I will show them all to you. So Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Koi Fish, there is always enough. And Wasp Spirit, sometimes life stings. So again, there is always enough, sometimes life stings. We're back in this choice thing, this which one are you going to open up to, or which one are you going to allow to enter into your life in the June and July paradigm or timeline. I really do feel that there's something big going on galactically, and I'm not sure which way it all goes either. So Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. Koi Fish, there is always enough. And Wasp, sometimes life stings. So I don't even know that we need to read from the book for these cards. They're pretty strong in their messages. Which one are you choosing, guys? So Libra, for you, a really interesting reading. I really enjoyed doing it, and I kind of find it very intriguing about the possibility that they've provided for you of this whole options, options that could lead you down one direction or another. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for liking the video and subbing the channel and leaving your comments, all of which help the overall feeling for everyone and the community too. Check your moon and rising signs as well, and I wish you all great success for the choices you make, because you definitely have choices. And may you find the successful doors to open and the great choices that come your way that bring you the opulence and happiness of life. So thank you everyone again. Be safe, be well, and be kind to each other. Namaste.